With E3 2019 quickly approaching, gamers everywhere are getting excited to see what their favorite consoles and developers have to introduce and show off at the biggest gaming show of the year. Since PlayStation's sitting out E3 this year, all eyes are kind of on Microsoft, and they have a unique chance to get a lot of positive attention this June. E3 hasn't always gone incredibly well for Microsoft, though. We all remember this, right? But Phil Spencer promising that Xbox was really going to go big this year, fans of the console are really excited to see what happens. Can they deliver, though? I'm Tyler from the Gaming Hub. These are the 5 things I'm most looking forward to seeing at the Xbox briefing this year. Before we start, though, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode, and listen to our weekly podcast that you can find in the links below. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Number 5, Halo Infinite. At last year's E3, Microsoft opened the show with the trailer for Halo Infinite, which is also Halo 6. This will be the 3rd Halo game that 343 has developed, and they look to make this game a culmination of everything they've learned and experienced by delivering both a great campaign and multiplayer modes that will keep fans engaged for years. We know that Halo Infinite will be on stage during Microsoft's E3 briefing this year, and that the game is going to launch alongside the next generation Xbox. But will we see some gameplay this year? Will we get a good idea what the story is? Here's hoping that we get a gameplay trailer, along with a multiplayer beta announcement like we got with Halo 5. With 343 promising that Halo Infinite is taking the series back to its roots, I'm excited to see what they have in store at E3 this year. Number 4, Ori and Gears 5. Alright, I'm definitely cheating here, but a top 6 just doesn't sound as good. Ori and the Will of the Wisps was shown off last year, and we've known that it's been in the works for a while now. Ori and the Blind Forest is still, for me, one of the very best Xbox exclusives of the current generation, and what we've seen of Ori and the Will of the Wisps makes it look phenomenal. Give me another great setting, more amazing gameplay, and a challenging but rewarding experience, and I'm in on day one. Everything we've seen in the game so far looks amazing. I really want to see Microsoft announce a release date of this fall for the sequel to one of the Xbox One's best exclusives. The Coalition is ready to release their second mainline Gears of War game with the upcoming Gears 5. We're dropping the middle of the name this time around. No longer is it Gears of War, just Gears 5, and we got to see a little bit of it at last year's E3. Building on the events of Gears of War 4, Gears 5 is going to continue the story and give us a new protagonist as well. We should be seeing gameplay, another story trailer, and I'm guessing the rumored 2019 release date for Gears 5 gets confirmed on the Microsoft stage this year, meaning we'll be playing this action-packed shooter by the end of 2019. Number 3, what are the new studios up to, and are there more of them? During Microsoft's E3 2018 briefing, we saw the announcement of 5 new studios acquired to be part of the Xbox Studios family. Later last year, we got the news that Obsidian was being acquired as well during the Xbox Fan Fest in November. While Obsidian has the Outer Worlds on the way this year and probably isn't working on an Xbox exclusive just yet, the other studios almost certainly are at least in the planning stages or even full development of their first offerings to the Xbox Studios lineup. We probably won't see much from the new Santa Monica studio yet, but I predict we'll hear from Ninja Theory and Playground Games at this year's E3. Rumors are already swirling about what Ninja Theory is working on, and Playground is thought to be hard at work on the next Fable game in what has to be the worst kept secret in the industry. I bet we see at least a tease of both games on stage this year, with both games targeting a holiday 2020 release. It will also be interesting to see if Microsoft announces the acquisition of another 1 or 2 studios at this year's show. We'll know that in just a couple of weeks. Number 2, third-party games. With Sony not attending E3 this year, Microsoft is the stage where we might see all the big third-party games by developers or publishers not holding their own briefing this year, including EA. So, what games might we see on stage for Microsoft? Cyberpunk 2077 is extremely likely as it closed the Microsoft briefing last year and is one of the most highly anticipated games of the entire generation. The closed-door showing for gaming media at E3 2018 was the highlight of the show for many people, as the huge open world and dynamic storytelling impressed almost everyone. There's a good chance that we'll see another trailer, plus some gameplay this year, possibly even a release date, and perhaps that release date will be this year. Sony isn't the only one not holding a briefing this year. EA isn't either, and that means there's a good chance we'll see Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on stage at the Xbox briefing. If we do, expect it to be gameplay focused, as we got a really good glimpse of the story trailer back at Star Wars Celebration in April. There might even be an announcement of a special Xbox console bundle with the game. I know EA partnered with Sony on Star Wars Battlefront games, but hey, Xbox fans can hope. We know Rocksteady's working on something, we just don't know what it is yet. I bet we find that out at the Microsoft briefing on June 9th, and regardless of what it is, Whether it's a new Batman game, a Superman game like a lot of people want, or the rumored Harry Potter game that so many people are hoping for, it's sure to have fans excited and wanting to see more on the E3 show floor this year. Personally, I'm hoping for an open world, story-rich Harry Potter game, but if we get another Batman experience, that'll be an instant pre-order too. If you listen to the podcast every week, you probably know what my favorite game of all time is. And if you don't listen to the podcast, hey, check out the Gaming Hub podcast every single week. It's the best source to find all the latest in gaming news, reviews, opinions, and interviews. All right, so anyway, I might not just be wishing for this game to come back, though, because 2K is rumored to be deep in development on a new BioShock game, and the best place to announce that is at E3, and the best place to do it during E3 would be on the Microsoft stage. Whether it's set in the world of Rapture again, or a new place like Columbia and BioShock Infinite, the BioShock franchise is full of great stories and characters that are sure to bring a great experience to this generation's consoles. Number 1, the next-gen consoles. It's a virtual guarantee that we'll see Project Scarlet consoles at E3 this year on the Microsoft stage. The question is, how much detail are we actually going to get? Despite some rumors that the new Xbox console could be coming this year, most of which are probably wishful thinking, it's much more likely that Microsoft will replicate their Xbox One X teaser at the end of the 2016 briefing, give us a snapshot of what the specs will be and what that will mean for the future of gaming. That lasted about 2 minutes back in 2016. I anticipate kind of the same thing this time around. It's highly likely that we'll see it at the end of the show as well. What isn't likely is that we'll see any console design, hear the name of the box, or get a release date more specific than holiday 2020. Still, with Sony revealing the specs of the PlayStation 5 a few weeks ago, it's important that Microsoft talks about the next Xbox and what it will offer gamers. With at least 2 models rumored, I think it's a good bet that we only hear specs for the more powerful Anaconda model to make the next generation Xbox look super powerful. That's it, our top 5 things we want to see at the Microsoft E3 2019 briefing. What do you want to see? Let us know in the comments. Also, please like and share the video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet so you never miss a new video when we put it out. And if you haven't yet, check out the Gaming Hub podcast every single week for the latest in all gaming news, opinions, reviews, and interviews in the world of console gaming. As always, thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.